Ian Duncan, Conservative MEP for Scotland. How much of a problem is this road at the moment that it's only single lane?
Well, it's a serious problem, and it's a twofold problem. Councillor Gillian Owen has a campaign right now, Don't Stop at Ellen. It's a safety campaign for Gillian Owen. But I think for the rest of Scotland, for the North East, it's an economic development issue. It's an economic development issue for Scotland, for the United Kingdom, and for the European Union.
I mean, people locally will know that you get onto this road and you could be stuck for a number of hours. What is the damage that causes to the local economy, perhaps putting off businesses from investing in Aberdeenshire?
Anyone who's travelled on the road will have been stuck on the road. That's a simple reality. Peterhead is an important port, not just for the oil industry and the fishing industry, but as a general port for so many different uses. You will sit behind large lorries travelling at 30 miles an hour, crawling up that road. The North East is a powerhouse of economic development for Scotland, and yet we are treating the road as if it's a track.
Is there an opportunity for Europe to help? You're going to raise this out here in Brussels. What hope is there that Europe could offer some support?
Well, I think Europe can offer support here. They have a fund, the 10T project, which is designed to basically unblock jams on the roads, and they designate particular corridors, which are important. But the corridors don't get as far as Peterhead, they don't get as far as Aberdeen, in fact they barely make it to Edinburgh. The key thing for us right now is to make sure that European money helps develop what is the forgotten corner of Scotland, the forgotten corner of the European Union, and yet the one from which much of the oil wealth and fishing wealth is actually brought ashore.
I mean, you mentioned there the so-called 10T fund, that named, as you say, key transport corridors across Europe. Given that Aberdeenshire is not on that corridor, how can you kind of shoehorn this in?
Well, you're absolutely right. Begging the question, why on earth is it not on that map? That's the problem. This is an area that generates significant wealth for the United Kingdom, for Scotland, and by extension for the EU. Why on earth does that track have to exist when we could be putting serious money in there to unblock the logjam, to unblock the traffic jam? Why can't we do it? Do it now.
One of the things that the EU does seem to like when it comes to transport projects is things where it's what they like to call multimodal, so where there's shipping involved and cars involved too, as in this case. Do you think that might help add weight to your argument? And if not from the 10T funds, are there other EU funds available, perhaps regional funding from Europe to help Scotland here?
Absolutely. As I look at the North East right now, we're talking about Peterhead, which is one of the most significant ports in the UK. It's a significant oil port, it's a significant fishing port. We track right down to Aberdeen, where again we're at another port, another significant container port, a shipping port, a ferry terminal, all of these vital links inside the European transport network. We have a multimodal problem right now. And the serious part of that is you could spend several hours just simply trying to get from Aberdeen to Peterhead.
To sum up, what difference would it make if this road was dualled, if it went ahead and it got the investment that you're after?
It would encourage investment as far as I'm concerned. If you live in Peterhead right now, you are going to have a long journey to Aberdeen. And that's the nearest city you've got, let alone if you want to escape out of Aberdeen and down to Scotland, southern parts. Right now we have an opportunity, I think, to unjam the road. And that will unjam the investment, not just in fisheries, not just in oil, not just in oil support, but remember the North East corner during the decommissioning of those oil fields will be absolutely vital. Let's make sure the road is fit for purpose.